Hello everyone, it is Joe here from OmniPoke, the channel that brings you guys everything Pokemon. Today we're looking at the new Flareon GX promo that's come out on the ladder. Pretty excited to pick a couple of these up, so let's get it in action. Today we're playing it with a Magcargo engine. When this Magcargo first came out, people thought it could be a deck just off the two on their own. That sort of fell through, didn't really work out, was a little bit clunky, and couldn't always get all the energies into play despite Crushing Charge helping out here and there. So we've added Flareon into the mix to give us extra energy acceleration and a different style attacker, which means that once the Flareons go down, we don't lose both the attacker and the ability all at once. Instead, we just lose an attacker, which is fine. So that's the main role of the Flareon, trying to flesh out this Magcargo build a little bit more, allowing you to keep the engine in the back nice and safe, whilst the Flareon is going to be swinging, whilst at the same time getting additional energy acceleration into the deck just via his first attack. So let's go over the list and all the card decisions, etc. Starting off with a 3-2 line of Flareon GX. Obviously Eevee has the energy evolution, getting us straight into the Flareon, which is awesome. It means we can be attacking on turn 2 for this one fire attachment. Heat Stage does 30, and you may attach 3 fire energy cards from your hand to your Pokemon in any way that you like. This can help set up Flareon's second attack, or can start setting up other attackers on the bench. Bear in mind, because you are attaching from hand, this does proc your other energy evolutions, so you could have another Eevee on the bench, use this Heat Stage, attach from hand, and get that evolve working from the Eevee. So that's actually really important. It means you can get these Flareons rolling really quickly, and you're no longer these sort of squishy 60 hit point Pokemon. You jump straight up to 210, which is great. From there, we have Bright Flame. It does, for 2 fire and a colorless, 190, and you discard 2 fire from this Pokemon. 190, easily clearing off any non-GX, also most basic GX Pokemon, and slapping things like Choice Band or Professor Kukui into the mix means you can reach Stage 1s, and having both in play sometimes means that you can reach Stage 2s, so that's really awesome. Bright Flame is really, really powerful damage output. The discard, yes, it's awkward, but there are synergies in this deck to try and make it work for you. Obviously, we have the Crushing Charge from Magcargo GX to try and reload these energies, so we can, in theory, spam this attack here and there. We also have the Power Burner GX attack, which is a really nice option for this deck that it previously did not have. You can do 20 times the amount of fire energy in your discard pile, and that racks up pretty quickly. We play 13 copies, we have Heat Factory, we have Bright Flame constantly discarding, and your opponent can start knocking us out, of course. Even on top of that, we have things like Ultra Balls and whatnot if we really need to push this Power Burner. But it's just one attachment, so it really does mean that on certain turns, you don't need to set up all these Crushing Charges and whatnot. You don't need a full setup to still be doing good damage with just this one attachment of Power Burner, which is really cool. Sometimes in weird spots, you'll do this attack early just to do 60 damage to get early pressure on non-GXs. Bear that in mind. You don't need to wait until there's 10 energies in the bin and this guy's like your last-ditch effort, which it can do against other GX matchups. But against non-GXs, it's good early pressure, so bear that in mind. From there, we're going to play a 4-2-2 line of Magcargo. Smooth Over, obviously fantastic for helping us get into specific stuff. We have synergy with Heat Factory, with Lillie, and with Kukui. And of course, we can oftentimes put fire energies to the top to guarantee this guy using Crushing Charge to get extra energy acceleration. So we have him as our sort of backup attacker, whilst also helping us set up Flareon turn by turn. He's also got 210 hit points. Crushing Charge discards the top card of your deck. If it's any energy at all, but in this deck it's just going to be fires, you can attach it to one of your Pokemon. So we're trying to put it anywhere we want, set up backup attackers, or just get that Flareon rolling turn by turn. Lava Flow is his main attack, and he becomes our best attacker in non-GX matchups because he does 50 plus 50, discarding as many energy as you want from him. So when we're just trying to hit the small stuff, you can just discard 1 energy here and there to take these knockouts, whereas Flareon would be committed to discarding 2 every single time, which is a little bit painful. The Magcargo can be a lot more flexible in that regard. However, additionally, if you just throw all those energies straight into the bin, he can get big one-hit KOs as well. We also have the Burning Magma GX attack available to us as a sneaky win con against some very specific decks. You get to discard the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck. It can actually really help out against the Greninja Swampert Meganium deck. It can help out against Zoro Control, and a few other decks that can go just to random low deck sizes that just motor through, and they can simply get punished by the Magcargo, which is pretty funny. We're going to play one copy of Victini Prism Star. This is a great way for us to reload energy cards. It's a nice hit point basic that has infinity. For 2 fire, we do 20 times the number of basic energy in our discard pile, and then you shuffle them back in. So there is some anti-synergy going on between the Victini Prism and the Flareon's GX attack, because if you use the Victini first, then you're going to make your own GX attack very weak. If you use the Victini after the GX attack, that's brilliant. That's really, really good. That's pretty much the idea. The Victini after the Flareon can be, again, like a last 2 prizes kind of thing, which is pretty cool. So I like him in here. Recycling your energy cards means that we're going to be really solid against Mill, and it also means that we can just recycle in general to make sure we have enough attacking power. Once we discard all these energies turn by turn, we can pretty much get around it quite easily. We're then going to play one copy of Ditto. It can evolve into Flareon or into your Magcargo, which is good enough for me. One copy of Oranguru synergizes brilliantly with Smoothover, and just draws us more cards in general. We have a lot of discarding cards via the Ultra Balls, the Fiery Flints as well. And one copy of Tapu Lele to get us into our Lilies early on, or get us into some other specific supporters that we are playing whenever we need them. From there, we're going to play one copy of Escape Rope. Obviously, our whole deck is very chunky. The Flareon, unfortunately, has 2 retreat cost. The Magcargo is supposed to have a 3 retreat cost, so we're going to have the Rope in here. I'm choosing Rope over a physical switch, just because we only play 2 Guzma, so giving ourselves an effective, like, 3rd Gust effect is pretty nice. One Energy Recycler. We are so expensive with our attack costs, and we need to recycle these back into the deck, so it's a no-brainer, really. I'm also playing one Rescue Stretcher. In the team-up format, this would be a Brock's Grit, in my opinion, because I think it just gives us even more recovery, which is nice. The Rescue Stretcher is nice and immediate, though, I guess, which is pretty cool. And we're only playing 2 Flareon in here, so it's nice to instantly recover those into the deck and then Energy Evolution them straight back out. 2 copies of Fiery Flint, synergizing really well with our Flareon's first attack Heat Stage. We get to discard 2 cards and then find ourselves 4 fires that we can instantly put onto the board. I don't feel like we need more than 4 though, because you still want a good amount in the deck for your Crushing Charge, and this is only really for the opening turns. 4 copies of Nest and Ultra to get our dudes into play. 1 Heat Factory for some additional draw. And then we're going to play 1 Mallow. This synergizes well if you have 2 Magcargo GXs on the board. You can try and go Mallow for 2 fires and Crushing Charge both, which is pretty fun. It also has synergy, of course, with Magcargo as well. Sorry, with Oranguru and Heat Factory. 2 copies of Kukui for that big damage buff. Pushes us into Zoroark range, most importantly, very often. 2 Guzma for some gusting, 3 Cynthia, and maximizing the copies of Lillie, because I think it has better synergy with the Smoothover once again. 2 copies of Bodybuilding Dumbbells. This guy is one of the key reasons why we want to play this deck over some other aggressive builds out there right now. Field Blower is pretty much an all-time low, especially going into the team-up format, because there are even more Prism Star stadiums coming into effect. People just want physical stadiums to bounce stuff. And when Field Blower is low, it means that we can really get, reap the rewards of having extra 40 hit points, pushing these stage 1s into 250 hit points. Real tanky Pokemon to deal with. Very, very annoying. So I think the Dumbbells is pretty nice in here to try and cash in on this tank ability and make sure we can get 4 prizes from 1 GX is pretty much the goal. 2 Choice Bands for that extra damage buff when we need it, and 13 Fight Energy. I think alongside Recycler, that's going to be plenty. For other cards we could be thinking about, there's the Salazzle GX, which I've had in other iterations of this deck. Diabolical Claws doing 50 for each prize card you've taken, so again it's more sort of late game push, less requirement to get more energies into play, and I think when you have Ditto, it's not a bad option to keep in mind. And for other sort of Pokemon, there is also the Reshiram GX. This guy can do even more energy acceleration from hand. So if you use your Fiery Flints to get the Flareon rolling into the Reshiram can then use Vermilion GX to get even more energy on the board again. So I think that's more of a different build, pretty much just all in on the 4 of Fiery Flints and just using this the Flareon into this into like more Flareon attacks to sustain you throughout the game. So I think that's sort of a different build compared to the Magcargo, but it could be an option for this deck if you feel like putting him into play. The other thing I've sort of experimented with is Acerola in the deck, especially when you're playing dumbbells. You're oftentimes tanking hits, and if you can get an Acerola off, it could be really big. It also gives you the wiggle room to do extra heat stages if you've just had a suboptimal setup, and you need to do this a few times, whereas usually you're just hoping to Crushing Charge and use the big attacks every single turn. The Acerola would give you some support in those sorts of situations. For now, though, I think the deck is pretty tight, and I don't see much room to fit an Acerola in, although it would be a very cute one-of. I feel like it's a bit kind of win more, in my opinion, so that's why it's not in this build, but it may show up in some other Flareon lists, and it's pretty reasonable, to be fair. So let's jump into the ladder and play ourselves some Flareon Magcargo. Definitely a fun deck. Wants to see GX stuff and not the non-GXs. You are definitely trying to take these big knockouts in the active every single turn, whilst at the same time trying to tank with 250. That's the idea of this build. I think there's some stiff competition for an aggressive fire deck in the format when there is Blacephalon, but there are still perks to this build in comparison, so we'll see how we do with this deck. Always fun to show off the new shiny new promos. Leading our one of Lele. Feels good, man. That's pretty rough. Looks like we have like no playables, and we're just gonna attach Cynthia up against a Zoro Control. It looks like playing fan clubs. Maybe it's not Zoro Control. Oh, it is Zoro Control. Okay. It's hard for them to control us when we have Recycler and so much energy to play around with. I'm going to attach and just Cynthia. We have the Victini Prism. They can obviously knock it out, but we'll get that one big reload, which is pretty cool. We're just going to grab these. And we're going to pass. Zoro Control, huh? It's going to be tricky. We have to be careful with our rope and our Guzmas, that's for sure. They're great balling out some dudes. Going straight into the monkey, putting down Mount Lanakila. Go for a Rainbow Lele for Cynthia. Trying to recycle his hand, protect that Articuno in the back. Zoro, gonna be trading some cards as per usual. There's number 2. Oh, he's playing Ninetales. Interesting. Just going to put another Zorua down. Seems good to me. We only play one Counter Stadium, so this Mount Lalakina could be really annoying. We might have to settle for just hitting the active here. They're going to recycle those cards. I feel like we're just going to do this. I think we can take this matchup a little slow. I don't think we need to rush too much with it. We're going to go for Energy Drive. It's alright, decks can always punish you going too slow though, because they can just start killing you, and that's a concern. For now, we're just going to see some trades, the usual stuff. So maybe they play like one fan club just on top of the elms, just to get like this guy and this guy, because they go to the hand with this fan club. I guess it lets you just draw a few more cards deeper into your deck at times as well. They're going to grab another Zorro. Lots of rainbow stuff going on in the back. Going to see a Lillie. Rainbow. I'm going to get that max potion. Probably rainbow energy. Maybe just a ball from then on. I think they only want 2 cards. Well, they can have a peek and see what's going on here. Yep, they want us to have not guaranteed supporters in hand. We do have Smooth Over Heat Factory combo. I think he played the peeking just so he could have a better card to resource back. Okay, so we want to do our Heat Factory Smooth Over. I'm just not sure what I want it to be. I think it's just a supporter. Just refresh this hand. Again, I don't think I need to rush too hard. But trying to build this board up with Magcargos is going to be pretty nuts. We want to definitely thin this nest ball, even if we're not going to grab a target. We do need to try and draw into our... take the Victini from prizes. It means that we can't go infinite, but we have the Recycler and stuff, so... We're just going to play Cynthia here. I'm going to start getting Flareon ready to go. We're not going to do a blind crushing charge. I think that's a little bit too much. We'll just swing. So now we are representing a good amount of damage from here. Depends what he trades into to make that worse, though. He could do some Plumeria, Crushing Hammer, Stadium Replacement plays. I think he's going to be looking for all of those, all of the above, basically. Yeah, he's going in. He wants something. Is he just going to Ace Roto and hit the active, or is he going to Guzma? Yep, he wants to knock something out. He wants to start targeting this Flareon. Okay. If we top deck Energy or draw off Kukui, that would be pretty nuts. Whew. Pog Champ. So we'll smooth over a fire. And we're going to Crushing Charge. And we're going to attach. And we're just going to Kukui. And we're going to swing. Take 2 prizes. Needs to find a way to shut off dumbbells if he wants to 2-shot us. Or he could... blower it. These guys can still work as our backup attackers though, remember. If he wants to try and go super aggressive. Stretcher is being played, which is definitely interesting because we could Guzma his Oranguru next turn. He needs to protect his monkey, that's for sure. If we can deal with monkey, I'm going to feel a lot better about this game. I'm going to Ultra Ball some stuff. More Zoroarks. What a surprise. More trades. Gladian. Just going to DC smack with the blower. So I feel this turn we're going to Guzma and we're going to just smooth over Crushing Charge like once. I think it makes sense. Just trying to think if it's better to do it on an Eevee or on a Magcargo. We're always doing this. We're not really scared of any card being discarded from our deck, are we? It's only really our other Kukui that we don't want to lose. I guess our Guzma and E-Rope as well. I don't mind putting the Eevee down here. It may be our option with the GX attack. We'll just take this prize. There's our Victini, which is really cool. That's a good safety net. So, Stretcher Monkey gone. Are they playing two of either of those cards is the first question. And two, are we concerned that he's just going to outrace us? I don't think he can outrace us. So what else can they do to make life hard? Lugia GX is not going to be around because he's playing Articuno. Crushing Hammers, that can make life a little bit more difficult. I imagine he's going from the back. Yep. Countercatcher, cool. He wants to deal with our smooth engine. You can have a look at our hand. It's not the best of sights. He probably should have done the Skull Grunt before the Countercatcher. Could have changed his decision. So we're going to do this. Do this. We're going to put a slug back on our board. Choice Band. Draw 2. More tools. Let's take some risks. Well, that sucks. Now he can outrace us, and that's a problem. It's definitely a problem. If he Guzma kills this, we're definitely in trouble. That's what he's looking for. Making no secret of that fact. Yep. Yeah, this is a problem. I'm going to promote this just in case that we can't do much else. We're going to have to do some blind crushing charges. This is going to get wild. Oh boy. Alright, they're not in the top two. It's never that easy. Perfect. Third one down. Well, that's an intriguing concept. Fourth one down? No. We knew it. 5, 6, 7. Okay. Boo. Crumbs. Seven, 8. Six, 7, 8, 9. 9 is 180, yeah. All in. Or do we just do the sneaky GX attack next turn? Yeah, we're just going to swing. I'm going to GX him next turn. Don't tell him. Just stay cool, guys. Just be cool, okay? That's all we gotta be. Just be chill. Just don't say a word. Just keep it, you know, keep it under wraps. He's going for a Guzma play. Oh. Does he want our Victini? Take it. Take the bait. Don't play a stretcher or a power pad. One of each is already gone. Or he can't play judge. He could peeking red card. Yes! Got him! What a silly deck. He's gonna read this and feel pretty silly. Oh man, I was worried we were going to lose that game. We were so dumb. Okay. Sneaky wins. Sneaky wins. That's what this deck's about. Who wins in a conventional manner? Not me. Let's just run away quickly into our next game. Oh boy. Step 1, kill the Guru Stretcher combo. Step 2, mill him out. That's hilarious. Right, let's see if we can mill anyone else tonight. Magcargo mill. Who needs the Moltres? Just let them play all their cards. And then you get them. Okay. You've got the Sluggo start. Going first, we don't really mind this though. Malamar. Okay. Let's get a little Eevee down. Our Lele is in deck, which is nice. Our Flareons are both here. We've prized one smooth boy. We have our Recycler and our Rope. Prize 2 energy, 1 dumbbells. Okay. We can deal with this. Let's Ultra Ball. Win one of these. We have prized our Stretcher though. I think we have to. I don't want to get rid of my Guzmas. It's too scary. I'm a wimp. I want Guzmas. Don't want to lose to our own stall. Against the Mally, he's going to be throwing non-GX stuff in our face. I want GX stuff. I'm not going to do any Fiery Flint stuff this turn, because Mally decks often play Let Loose, and I don't want any part of that, to be honest. We'll save our Guzma Flint Heat Stage turn for next turn. He's putting down more GXs, I think, or he's letting loose. Okay, maybe not. Oh yeah, he's already got rid of Cynthia. He's fine. His hand is good. Good. You've done well. You've done so well. I'm proud of you. Here comes... Wait. I was like, here comes Let Loose. Wait a minute. Really wanted to get that Ultra Necrozma down this turn, huh? Ah, what a statement. What a statement. If I gust this, he can just invasion hit us for 150 anyway, but do I really mind that? You can do that with anything I bring up. 30 on this doesn't make too much sense. 30 anywhere doesn't make too much sense, to be honest. But we want to Heat Stage for sure this turn. I guess we still bring this up just so he can't use the Ultra to kill us. So we don't need Kukui in this matchup. So let's get the 30 and do the attack that we weren't able to do last game. I'm going to definitely go 1 here. I might be brave enough to put 2 here, you know. I think I am brave. He comes in, swings, we swing. Nah, I'm not that brave. His 1-card hand is not Guzma Pass, right? Definitely not. It's just a... Well, that wasn't his hand. It was this card. 3rd Cynthia. Here come the Malamars. He's committed a lot of GXs to this board now. A lot. This deck likes seeing GXs. For sure. Yeah, just the 180. Oh, sorry, the 150. So our priority this turn is find more slugs. Probably attach here, just in case he, like, we knock out and he could, like, Guzma this and then we'd be in bad shape. Or we could attach second energy to the active. That would be pretty cheeky. If we attach active, it means he has to just kill the active. I like it. How good is Choice Band on our guy? Not good on this guy. We'll start with the Heat Factory. We'll get the Dream Crusher out. And we're just gonna swing. We definitely have to be careful. Rope, and so now we only have one Guzma left. We have to be careful of him using a Moon's Eclipse later down the line. Dumbbells is gonna be nice on this boyo. You can pay retreat, do his recharges, and just swing. We don't mind that. We can now establish smooth over as well. We can live with this for sure. Can you get a third Mally? The Dream? No. Not the Dream. So again, look for Eevees and Slugmas this turn, is what we got to try and do. Ugh, more energy hitting the bin. I do want to leave in a manual attachment this turn. We could go 1, 2, Lillie for 3. Or I could Heat Factory and hope to get a better supporter, or cards that I can thin the hand with even more of Ultra Ball. I think we'll go for the Heat. That worked out really well. Oh, now we can do Kukui Band. That actually works out. What's his buff? 816. 20, 21, 22. Actually, the dumbbells is too good. Yeah, we wanted dumbbells for sure. So we're gonna Crushing Charge to ourselves. 5, 10, 15, 20. We have the option of Kukui Band, or we could Ultra Ball for something instead. I like Ultra Ball Lillie more. Yeah. I think this is safer. we'll have our backup ready to go. With a nice big hand to boot. Get rid of those. We can Guzma around Dark Flash. It's hard for him to 250 our Flareon, and we're at 200 damage. So I think we're going to get there. Dumbbell's putting in the work. Oh, now he can get around. But if he is gusting the Flareon, we can do our Victini play anyway. So we have too many threats on this board, I think, for him. It's a big play. And it's the right play. Oh, no. Okay. He's just dead on board then. The Guzma's like the thing he needed to do here to be not dead on board, but oh, I guess he could Sky Scorching here? Yeah, he had to not take the knockout there. To not just be dead. Pow! Destruction. Nice one, Flareon. Good little finish there with the GX attack. Let's get one more game in with this clownery and see if we can take the 3-game sweep with this deck. We had no right to win that first game. And the Ultra Mally put down too many GXs against us there as well. Made life a little bit easy for us. Let's see what we're up against. Senor Surge. Winning all the coin flips today as well. Easy. And we actually get the dream lead as long as we have Flareons in our deck. We can jump straight up to a 250 hit point beast turn 1. It's like playing Warlord. Uh-oh. Oh no. Is this person playing our sworn nemesis, Vaporeon, Glaceon? What are we gonna do? Luckily we're still a one-hit KO deck. It's easier for them to one-hit KO us. And if Glaceon shuts down Crushing Charge, that's gonna be a concern. We need to get a big heat stage in pretty early. Insert Spider-Man meme here. Okay. We're playing stuff and we're monkeying early. Do I even attach active or do I attach bench? Attach bench is probably best, you know. Instruct us out of this hand. Or don't. Cool. Should be fine. We have another Instruct next turn. Let's see if they're full on Glaceon or if they're playing a bit of both. Yep, there's the Glace. That's for sure. So this is a new promo as well, huh? This is a... Oh, it's not that new. Less new, but still a promo. I've never seen this artwork before. Great balls. They're Zoroglace. Yes, they are. Yikes. It's gonna be hard, for sure. Turn 1 Elm is nice. So Zoroark builds obviously are playing Choice Band, and they probably are playing Kukui as well. Maybe no space if they're playing Greninja, but that's another thing that puts us in range. So we probably just attach our bench attachments to this guy. And swing for the 60. See what this hand gets us. Mallow. Interesting. That's a nice draw. It means we can Crushing Charge. So we could Mallow just for the Instruct. We could just get a Fiery Flint and discardable card. Get 4 energies. And just attach a bunch with Heat Stage. I think that's our play. Fiery Flint and discardable card, which I nominate to be Nespal. I think. Yes. When you Mallow for just more energies. Lol. But that's what the deck is, man. That's all we're trying to do here. Swing it up. 1, 2, 3. Flareons are ready to roll. Let's see if he can knock out this active one. Would be a shame if he could. We do have to start clearing these. It's hard for him to chain his Glaceons too. He's relying on Aqua Patch. Okay, he's going to start chipping away at 250. Good on ya. He's going to Cynthia. No Zoroarks yet. No sign of DCE. Lotto. Okay. Ooh, big whiff. Big whiff. Monkey. Oranguru in a Zoroark deck. Thinking face emoji. Whew. Whew. Jeez. Let's Instruct. And let's Cynthia this hand for sure. More slugs is very much appreciated. No manual attachments. But we move on with our lives. With some big hits. That's a pretty big dodge from us. Some artful dodging going on. Let's see just how dead their hand is. Currently no energies in it. No Zoroark, so what does that leave them with? A Greninja and draw supporters? Nespal. Aqua Patch maybe? Oh, Judge. Wow. At least we already have the Magcargo. Oh, sorry, the Oranguru on board. Yep, setting him up. Setting him up. We're just going to Cynthia. We want to try and get the other Magcargo on board, which we do. So we could already GX attack and just deal with this. Just clear it off. Maybe attach another energy to it. I don't mind that at all. I want to start powering up this guy as well, because he's the thing that's going to deal with this. More energies. I think active is correct. If I'm attaching to bench GX. No, it's not, it's this. His hand size is only 3. It's hard for him to find Guzma and DC off a judge. Couldn't even instruct, so I think it feels safe. See, this is where the GX attack is really nice and flexible. Like, it's just pressure, and we've got 2 big backup attackers now. Does find DCE. Okay. Blower. Sure. That actually doesn't... That's not too bad for us. Means we can reach this a lot easier. Aqua Patch is scary, especially if you can evolve. Wonder Tag, nice. He's back. Back with a vengeance. Let's see if he can start getting set up a little bit better. Get some Zoros finally rolling. If he does evolve into a Frogadier, things do get scary. Because we'll have this, and then where do we go after that? I guess it's this guy that we've got to try and power up. I mean, this can Guzma as well, right? We can just Guzma this. We'll be fine. Probably. Best choice band I've ever seen. I imagine he's not running away. He's just making us deal with him. Yep. So we can do this. We can smooth charge, and that's a guaranteed knockout, so we're doing that for sure. So what are we afraid of them? We're afraid of, like, a Glaceon killing this once this runs out of energy. I want to try and protect myself as best I can from stuff like that happening. I'd really like to thin the hand for Oranguru draws, but I don't think it's going to let us. Because I don't think that Eevee's the best thing to have on the board here. I think it's just another slug. I guess this is versatile. I mean, we could get 1 instruct draw in. I don't think it's the worst, actually. Haven't seen any stadium from them yet. They're either playing Brooklets or they're playing Blower, and this can't be Blowered, so... That's pretty sick. Guzma is game for us, but... What could we get? We still haven't done a manual attachment. We could think about trying to get... No, I think we just hold this. Don't talk crazy. Just swing. It's so much that he needs to try and get to kill this. He needs to get Glaceon, Aqua Patch, DCE, Guzma. And the ping has to go here as well. The fact that he's pinged here. Good news for us. Aquabatch there is also good news for us. So now Judge is the problem, but we still have Instruct Smooth over, so it's weird that he's done all these actions before trading. Nice. We're there. Feels like we're there. Had space for E-Hammer, this man. Oh yeah, he does play Blower. That's why this is safe. Have we got him? Guzma. Okay. I can respect it, but alas. We have the answers. We have the technology. Let's take the 2-prize knockout to assert dominance. Nice! 3 wins for Flareon Magcargo. When you run into other GX decks, you can win games. That's pretty much the takeaway. I actually played this on stream today, and I faced nothing but non-GXs, and I was really disheartened about the deck and worried about actually putting a video up, but seeing it beating lots of GX stuff just makes me feel way better about the build, so that was fun. Really cool to see both of them in action. We got to use both GX attacks in weird situations. And yeah, just pretty solid deck to be fair. Definitely improves the Magcargo deck, that's for sure. It's actually a thing now, maybe. Maybe a lower tier, maybe just worse than Bucephalon. I'll put my hands up and say it probably is. But the Bodybuilding Dumbbells doing some work, keeping us out of range of some stuff. Yeah, pretty nice. That's the selling point of the deck, right? Get to 250 hit points and still get one-shots. It's a great way for you to try and do, 4-prize swings on just one 2-prize Pokemon. That's the whole idea. So, hope you did enjoy this video, guys. That's all from me today, and we'll be back maybe with Vaporeon if I can trade for them tomorrow. If not, it'll be another team-up deck. So anyway, yeah, look forward to that, and see you tomorrow.